Hello fellow shadows, welcome to another video. If you're new, please consider subscribing. And today we're going to talk about something that you guys probably heard on other channels, including my own channel, which is that Spider-Man, as it looks like currently, won't be in the MCU anymore. So we won't be able to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man interact with any chance of interacting with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain Marvel, uh, any of the Avengers, or teaming up with like Black Panther, which I don't know. I generally don't know if this version of Black Panther is part of the Avengers or he just works with Avengers, but I don't know if it's Avenger if you get what I'm talking about. But apparently, because yeah, like I said, in like the late 1990s, Marvel was having financial issues. They sold some of their characters. Spider-Man was one of them. And I think, if I remember correctly, for like part of the deal of bringing Spider-Man into the MCU, that Sony will get like, I think, I know Sony gets most of the profits for the Spider-Man movies. Well, like Marvel Studios gets like a small percentage of the profits for the Spider-Man movies. And then I think it's like the vice versa with each time Spider-Man is used in a Marvel movie, Marvel gets like the bigger percentage of the money besides Marvel. And the last two Spider-Man movies, they were not only good in my opinion, but they were successful. Especially the last one, especially with the last one exceeded my expectations. And Spider-Man's one of my favorite Marvel heroes. And so I remember when I heard that Marvel and Sony announcing that Spider-Man was going to be part of the MCU, I was saying, oh snap, alright. Because yeah, at the time I only played like Lego Marvel superheroes. Uh, yeah, I played like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man games. The first one. And from like when I mean the first one, I mean like from the first movie, and some other Spider-Man games. Not that many Spider-Man games, but still. So being a and I've seen at the time it was 5 Spider-Man movies. The original trilogy Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield 2 Spider-Man movies that were 2. And I don't even think. Yeah, I think Into the Spider-Verse came out after like about 2 years after Homecoming did. But my point being is, I was excited when I heard Spider-Man was going to join the Avengers, and I was excited to see Spider-Man in the in Captain America: Civil War because that was the first time we got to see Spider-Man on the same screen as the Avengers. That was pretty awesome. I was on board with Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I had a good feeling about him, and so and I liked the role he played in the MCU, being kind of like Tony Stark's apprentice. And then, of course, after he died in Endgame, in Far From Home, that asks you and answers the big question: will Spider-Man be kind of like the next Iron Man, or will he takes a few aspects from Iron Man, but be his own hero, which I liked, and it also, in my opinion, teased the chance that Spider-Man could be the figurehead, the new figurehead of the MCU. Because before that, the person who was the figurehead was, in my opinion, Iron Man. since he started the entire MCU out of all the characters. So that's why I'm saying Iron Man was the figurehead of the MCU, at least for the first three phases. So now we got like Captain Phasma and sorry, thinking about Star Wars, Captain Marvel. I don't mind the exact like the comic book character, but I, to be honest, in terms of the MCU, Captain Marvel in Endgame didn't really do much, and she certainly didn't do much for me in terms of getting attached to her in her own movie. When Iron Man came out, I had some sort of idea who he was. I knew that he was just he was kind of like a rich bitch who was, and I don't mean like he was an actual bitch. That's just a term. He was a rich bitch who was made suits and helped people. I already knew that. So when the first movie came out, like what, 12 years ago, I I uh clinged on to him. At the time, I didn't see there was a scene after the credits because, as far as I'm aware, it was rare at that time to have any scenes after the credits. And the scene after the credits was teasing that there might have been an Avengers lineup. Might have been. Was, yeah, like 3 years later there was, but you know, it was awesome. And, no, sorry, like about 4 or 5 years later. But it, it so at first the reason why as of now, and things could change, hopefully things will change, why Spider-Man won't be a part of the MCU is because Marvel Studios wants a 50-50 cut now with all of their future Spider-Man movies that has Tom Holland in it. And I can see why Sony would say no. I mean, they had recently had a Spider-Man game that came out. Big success. You guys see me stream on this channel. And the way they ended that game, they're setting up as if it was a sequel. There will be a sequel. The last two Spider-Man movies, the ones with Tom Holland in it, yeah, they were connected with the MCU, but regardless if they were connected or not, they made a buttload of money, which was good. And yeah, there are plans to have, I think, two more Spider-Man movies with most of the same team behind who worked on Spider-Man, although Tom Holland. And yes, I also am playing Tom Holland and stuff. But it looks like at the moment, those two new Spider-Man movies that we're going to get in the future won't be connected to the MCU. They be like how the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield movies were. Kind of like standalone movies per se in terms of standing alone in their own universes. And I don't know, I like the original Spider-Man. Oh, for me, Tobey Maguire will always be Spider-Man. I didn't mind Andrew Garfield as much as other people. Tom Holland was really good as Spider-Man. I thought all three actors who played live-action Spider-Man was good as Spider-Man. Just, I'm sad that this. I mean, like I said, things could potentially change, and hopefully they will. I mean, Yeah, I get why Marvel wants to raise like their shares to like 50%, but at the same time, I can see why Sony doesn't want to like in for their case lower their shares a bit to 50-50, and both are for the same reason, because Spider-Man has been killing it in like the marketplace. And when I mean the marketplace, I mean like with the video game and the box office. So, and it's both because Spider-Man has been, like I said, been killing it. Money and for the video game came out like 2 years ago, and for the two Spider-Man movies that were connected to the MCU, so four. So hopefully, Sony and Marvel will come to some sort of agreement, especially for us fans, where we get to see Spider-Man being in part of the MCU for at least, at the very least, one last movie of the MCU. But I don't know. I just want to see more Spider-Man working together. Does that mean that they're not going to make any references to the Avengers or the MCU anymore? Oh, with the exception of like the last two movies, because they really don't have much of a choice. I mean, like Homecoming and Far Away from Home. But are they? Does that mean that they're not gonna make any references to uh the MCU? See, part of the reason why I feel like the Tom Holland Spider-Man versus Spider-Man was so successful is because they were connected with the MCU. They had the first one had Iron Man in it, and yeah, later on in that movie it had Pepper Potts and Happy, but mainly had Iron Man mentoring Spider-Man, which was a really good fit for the story that they were telling. And the villain was mad because he was screwed, because Tony Stark kind of screwed him over a bit. And that was the same with Far Away from Home. Yeah, Iron Man by then might have been dead, spoiler alert, but the villain was upset that Iron Man screwed him over back when he was alive, and he was just mad and wanted to take out the world, and knew Nick Fury and Mara Hill would be getting in the way of that, so he figured he was going to try to kill those two, the MCU characters, but it was originally going to spare Spider-Man. And then, yeah, later in that movie, in one of the two, actually, in one of the two scenes after the credits, again, spoiler alert, they had like those scrolls, shape-shifting beings that we got to meet in Captain Marvel. But it's I wish the I wish this wasn't an issue. I mean, like I said, I can't blame Marvel for wanting to gain 50-50, especially seeing how, and I'm not surprised either, because seeing how it seems like they're power hungry. They're trying to take over the world by taking over all these, like, studios owns, like, movies. Like, they just recently acquired, Disney just acquired acquired Fox, who, yes, might own X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but Disney already owns, outside of Disney, Pixar, Lucasfilms, and I believe they own 21st Century Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong about that, but Pix, Disney, Pixar, Lucasfilms, three of the, and ABC, which I don't know if ABC is its own company or not, but for argument's sake, I'm going to count that as its own thing. But so those four things right there shows that Disney already has a lot of power. Plus, I don't know, Fox. I feel like Disney should be alright with having getting like not getting as much money from the Spider-Man movies as Sony does. Seeing how they have a lot of other properties that they're making a bunch of money on. Granted that in the Lucasfilms area they might start be losing money. Seeing how they've been treating Star Wars, that's like a video for another time. But yeah, long story short, I'm sad that as of at the moment we won't see Peter, the Tom Holland Spider-Man being part of the MCU anymore. Hopefully that will change. I'm trying to be somewhat optimistic because I've heard that the deal isn't exactly done. So I am trying to remain hopeful. So what do you guys think? Are you guys as heartbroken as me about the news, or are you like about it? Leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you, Shadow, later.